Most gardening advice focuses on individual techniques. Use this fertilizer, plant this variety, try this pruning method, add this amendment, build that trellis, and while all of those things can help, they miss the bigger picture. The most productive gardens are not built on individual tricks. They are built on systems. A system is what makes dozens of small decisions work together instead of fighting each other. It is the reason some gardeners harvest baskets of food from small spaces while others struggle in gardens twice the size. When I first started gardening, I treated every problem separately. If tomatoes struggled, I looked for a tomato solution. If lettuce bolted, I looked for a lettuce solution. If yields were low, I searched for a fertilizer. But over time, I realized something important. The highest performing gardens all shared the same foundation: different climates, different crops, different growing styles. Yet underneath everything was one garden system that made every other technique more effective. In this video, I'm going to show you that system, why it works, and how it turns an ordinary backyard into a garden that becomes easier, healthier, and more productive every year. Stay to the end because the final piece is the reason some gardens seem to improve every season while others stay stuck at the same level year after year. The system starts with a simple idea: never leave soil bare. Bare soil creates problems everywhere. Sun bakes moisture out of the ground. Rain compacts the surface. Weed seeds find open space and germinate. Soil biology loses food sources. Nutrients wash away. Every major garden problem becomes easier to trigger when soil sits exposed. Productive gardens work differently. The soil is always covered, sometimes with mulch, sometimes with living plants, sometimes with cover crops, but almost never bare. Once I started keeping every bed covered year-round, watering needs dropped dramatically. Weed pressure declined. Soil stayed softer. Earthworm populations increased. The garden simply became more stable. Mulch is often the easiest place to start. A few inches of shredded leaves, straw, or wood chips protect the soil from heat, reduce evaporation, suppress weeds, and slowly feed soil organisms as they break down. Many gardeners see mulch as an optional extra. In reality, mulch is one of the foundations that makes everything else work better. A tomato plant growing in healthy, mulched soil experiences less stress during heat waves. Lettuce survives longer before bolting. Cucumbers require less watering. The benefits spread across every crop because they begin with the soil itself rather than any individual plant. The second part of the system is continuous roots. Most people focus on what is happening above ground. The real action is below ground. Plant roots feed soil microbes with sugars and organic compounds every day. Those microbes return nutrients to the plants in exchange. When beds sit empty for weeks or months, that biological relationship weakens. Productive gardens keep roots in the soil as often as possible. When spring crops finish, summer crops go in. When summer crops finish, fall crops replace them. When beds finish for the season, cover crops take over. Something is always growing. Something is always feeding the soil. This is one of the biggest differences between average gardens and highly productive ones. The goal is not simply growing crops. The goal is keeping the soil ecosystem alive year-round. Once that ecosystem becomes healthy, plants become more resilient, nutrient cycling improves, and yields increase naturally. One of the biggest surprises I discovered was how quickly soil changed when roots remained active continuously. Beds that used to become hard and lifeless during off-seasons stayed loose, rich, and biologically active. Instead of rebuilding soil every spring, the soil began maintaining itself. The third part of the system is succession planting. Most gardens are planted once and then gradually decline. A row of lettuce is harvested and left empty. A bean patch finishes and sits unused. Productivity peaks and then falls. Succession planting prevents that decline. Every crop has a replacement planned before it leaves the bed. Radishes become beans. Spinach becomes cucumbers. Bush beans become fall lettuce. Summer squash gives way to spinach and kale. The garden is always moving forward. I used to think I needed more beds to grow more food. What I actually needed was better transitions between crops. Once I started replacing crops immediately instead of waiting weeks, production increased dramatically without adding a single square foot of garden space. The same beds simply worked harder. This is where many gardeners accidentally lose months of production every year, not because they lack space, but because the space sits empty while they decide what to plant next. The most productive gardens have the next crop ready before the current crop is even finished. Harvest and planting become part of the same process. The fourth part of the system is preservation. Most gardeners focus entirely on harvest. Productive gardeners focus on harvest and storage. The goal is not just producing food. The goal is extending food. Tomatoes become sauce. Herbs become dried seasonings or frozen cubes. Beans are blanched and frozen. Peppers are sliced and stored. Garlic and onions cure for long-term storage. Preservation transforms peak season abundance into year-round food security. Without preservation, the garden works for a few months. With preservation, the garden keeps feeding you through winter. This single shift completely changed how I viewed harvest season. Every extra tomato stopped feeling like excess and started feeling like future meals. The freezer and pantry became extensions of the garden itself. Summer harvests became winter dinners. Suddenly, the garden was producing value long after the growing season ended. Once you see preservation as part of the gardening system rather than a separate activity, the economics of the garden change completely. The fifth part of the system is perennials. Annual vegetables are productive, but they require restarting every year. Perennials work differently. Fruit trees, berry bushes, asparagus, rhubarb, rosemary, thyme, oregano, chives, and other perennial crops continue producing year after year. They create a permanent layer of production that expands over time. The first year they may produce very little. The fifth year is a different story. Every season they get larger, stronger, and more productive. Perennials fill seasonal gaps that annual gardens cannot reach. Herbs often produce before vegetables. Berries arrive before tomatoes. Fruit trees provide harvests long after summer vegetables peak. They add stability to the system because they continue working even when annual crops struggle. One mature blueberry bush can outproduce dozens of annual plants with almost no yearly effort. A fruit tree planted today may still be feeding your family 20 years from now. Perennials are one of the few parts of a garden that become more valuable with age. The sixth part of the system is seed saving. Most gardeners think of every season as a fresh start. Productive gardens treat each season as preparation for the next one. Saving seeds from your strongest tomatoes, beans, peppers, lettuce, and herbs gradually creates plants adapted to your specific soil, weather, pests, and growing conditions. At the same time, seed costs drop toward zero. A single tomato can provide enough seed for dozens of future plants. A few bean pods can supply next year's entire planting. Over time, your garden develops its own locally adapted genetics that often outperform commercial seed stock. The garden becomes self-improving instead of simply repeating itself. This is one of the most overlooked forms of compounding in gardening. Every season becomes an opportunity to select for success. The strongest plants create the next generation. Year after year, the garden becomes better suited to your exact conditions. And this is where everything comes together: covered soil, continuous roots, succession planting, preservation, perennials, seed saving. None of these ideas are revolutionary on their own. The magic happens when they operate together as one system. Covered soil supports healthier roots. Healthy roots improve crop growth. Better growth increases harvests. Larger harvests make preservation worthwhile. Perennials fill gaps between annual harvests. Seed saving improves future crops. Each piece strengthens the others. The result is a garden that becomes more productive, more resilient, and easier to manage with every passing season. Most gardening advice focuses on individual techniques because they are easy to explain, but systems are where the real results come from. If you build this foundation first, almost every other gardening skill becomes easier. Better harvests become easier, healthier plants become easier, lower costs become easier, and eventually the garden reaches a point where it is doing much of the work itself. That is the one garden system that makes everything else work. It is not a trick. It is not a product. It is not a secret fertilizer. It is simply a collection of good practices connected together into a system that compounds year after year. The longer you run the system, the more powerful it becomes, and that is why the best gardens often look effortless from the outside. What you are really seeing is years of compounding finally paying off.